Hey everyone, Sharon here. Today I'm going to be talking about a huge book haul that I had over the past week. I am so excited to share all the books that I have purchased and thought about and reflected on. And there's some specific events coming up in my life that I've coincided books that I'm reading or want to read that will fit in with some events, and I'll explain all that and the reason why I bought the books. So some of these books are going to be read in the summer, some are going to be read in a couple months or next month. Without further ado, we're going to get started on this big huge book haul that I had for the month of March. First up, I bought these three books. They're by Diane Mills. There's a Double Cross, it's called, Deadlock, it's called, and then Firewall. And these three books are, there's a specific reason why I bought them. They're all, they're romance for sure, and they're FBI intrigue books. Reason why I bought them was they're based in Houston, so it'd be like the Houston FBI. And I'm not going to read these until the summer because my husband and I are going on a vacation to Texas, and one of the cities that we're going to be visiting and touring is going to be Houston. And so of course I had to buy some books. So these will be read probably in July. We're going to Texas at the end of July, beginning of August for our 25th wedding anniversary. And I thought it would be kind of cool if I found some books that were about the area that we're going to. Even though these are fiction, I'm hoping that they'll have some descriptions of locations that we're going to go to and that we're going to visit, and it'll be familiar to me, and I'll be like, oh, that was in that book that I just read. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. So Diane Mills, three books. They're Houston FBI fiction romance novels. Another book that I bought, this one is called Isaac Storm, and this is actually fiction, nonfiction. It's a true story. It's a historical book, and it's about a storm that hit Galveston. If you kind of notice, I said Galveston, which is in Texas. I'm going to read this probably in July, and it's about a huge hurricane, a disastrous hurricane that hit Galveston. I think it killed like 3,000 people. I think it was early 1900s. I'm not sure yet. I have to read the book for the details, but I will definitely be letting you guys know what this book is all about. But you have to wait until July when I read the book, and yeah, so we'll be visiting Galveston in our vacation in July. This book I bought, and if you guys know and have watched my previous videos, I've been reading Illuminae, and it's a science fiction, young adult, it's a huge space book. And Illuminae was just so good. I was just riveted to that book, and I got it done in like 2 or 3 days. So it was a very exciting, action-packed book that I read. So the second book in this subject is the Gemini. Now this is written exactly in the same style where it has memos and letters. It's not a book, literary book, so written with that you would expect, I guess is what I want to say. And there's reports and everything that's going on in this space war. It's between two corporations, and they're fighting over the rights to mine, and they actually are trying to destroy each other. And these young people are caught up in this war. So it's just really good. So I'm hoping Illuminae was really good. I'm hoping that Gemini is just as good, and I can be just as riveted with this one. All right, so this is one of the books that I bought also, and it is Crooked Kingdom, and this is the second, this is by Leigh Bardugo, and this is the second book in a series called The Six of Crows. And I haven't read The Six of Crows yet. I'm just waiting to find the time to read The Six of Crows, and I could read this one, but I thought if I had the set, then I could read them maybe in the same month or pretty close to each other and not have to like put it down and read another book, which I kind of tend to do. But it's just a really beautiful book. It has like red trim on the pages, and I just love the way it looks. And it's called Crooked Kingdom, but I guess it's about an impossible heist, and these group of people, young adults, pull off or try to pull off. I don't know. It tells their story about how they did that. So I'm excited to read both these books. So this is the one I got this month so that I could have the set. Okay, so this book here, A Court of Mist and Fury, is the second book in a Crown of Thorn and Roses. Oh my gosh. And it's by Sarah J. Maas. And I'm really excited to read this. But here's the thing, it's exactly like the Illumine and Gemina series I bought. Well, no, it's exactly like the Six of Crows series. I bought both books. I bought the first one, you know, a while back. But I bought this one so that I could have the set. And I have yet to read both of them. But I think I will. I will hopefully read both of them, and I can get them read, you know, pretty close to each other, and it just looks so amazing. I have two books here by the same author, but they're different. This one is a series. This one was on its own, a standalone novel, and it's by V.E. Schwab, and she writes really, really cool fantasy, science fiction, but this one, Vicious, is like really popular. I haven't read this, but I've heard a lot about it, and the dude in it, I guess, is like the bad guy. So it's kind of different take on his views and how everything appears to him. I haven't read it, but I heard that it was just really, really good. So I'm excited to read a different kind of book about the person who is not such a good person, I guess. But we shall see how that goes. So that's V.E. Schwab. And then she like put out another book, and this is actually a 3-book series. So guess what? Eventually I'll be buying the second and third book, but this is the first one in this series, and it is by V.E. Schwab again, and it's A Darker Shade of Magic. So I guess, and it just sounds so intriguing to me, there's 4 different types of London, and like white, I think black is the one that nobody really wants to go to, that something happened there that's really mysterious, and they're on different dimensions. And then red is the London that has all the magic, and I guess the dude here, is it one dude? Yep, he can travel. See, they have the black and then they have the red. He can travel in between each dimension of the London, and so he's a special kind of person that can do that. So I am excited to read this because it has everything that I like in it, for sure. Magic, and then I'm just fascinated by London, and it's written by a really, really good writer. So these 2 books I really, really look forward to reading. I don't know when, but I'll get to them eventually. These 2 books here by Liane Moriarty, I bought them. I bought the first one actually because it was sitting in Barnes & Noble. I'm like, oh my gosh, it looks so good. And then we have The Husband's Secret. I have to read it. Don't tell me. If anybody knows about this, I don't want any spoilers. I don't know anything about this, but it looks really popular and it has bestseller on it, and I'm like, I think I gotta get these. Yeah. All right, and then I have by Victoria Aveyard, I have The Red Queen. Now, this is definitely a series, but this is the first one, and I have to tell you that I'm going to be buddy reading this in April, and I'll be reading this with Larissa Hartman. So she's one of my friends. We connect on social media a lot. We don't get to see each other very much in person, but our social media conversations are really, really good. She sent over a few recommendations on Snapchat to me. I think it's Snapchat. One of those, and then I would respond back to her and I'd be like, yeah, that's a great book. But anyway, she showed this picture to me and she was like, have you read this? I'm like, no, but I've heard great things about it, The Red Queen. And so we agreed that we would buddy read, and then if she wants, and I would love to have her, she may come on here and we may talk about the book after we've read it. So it would definitely be a spoiler video, but we would have 2 perspectives, my perspective and hers, and we would come together and collaborate and discuss how good this book was, or maybe not how good, I don't know, but I've heard really, really good things about this, and I look forward to buddy reading. I've never buddy read with someone, so that'll be a new adventure for me. All right, and then last here, this is the last one that I bought. I actually read a synopsis about this on Goodreads, and it just sounded so interesting to me because it's about a female pilot, captain. And I'm just really excited to read about it. It's definitely a science fiction adult, and I guess there's some relationships that she has to work her way through, but she's trying to find her daughter that has been kidnapped and is missing. And so it goes through the details. There's actually a whole bunch of books in this series, and this is the first book. It's written by Lindsay Buroker, and it is the first book of the Fallen Empire series. So they're pretty small, I think. Yeah, so I'm hoping it'll be a fast read, but I love science fiction, especially the adult science fiction. They're one of my favorites. So, and there you have it. That is my huge book haul that I had for the month of March. I am just so excited to get started on these books. Some of them might not be like anytime soon, especially the ones in July for my vacation to get ready for that. And then some of them may be next month. I'm not sure. But if you continue to watch my videos, that'd be great, and you can keep a track with how many of these I read, how long it takes me to read those, and yeah, comment below. I would love that. Any more recommendations would be fantastic. Any that you've read in this video, let me know what your thoughts are. I'd love to hear from you about that. Subscribe if you can, and happy reading. Bye.